Alright, so this is what I call the hangar. It's the trailer that houses the flight sim. It's a 7x14, and tire chocks have the tail number for it. Also added to the trailer just a light that comes on at night, motion sensor, so that's good for locking up and everything, and then the recessing footstep. The first thing to show you as we come in, this would be the engine room. So this is the computer of the sim. It's on a 4x8 mobile platform, and we'll start off with the hangar aspect here. So as you come into the hangar, you have a desk and just a little work area, whatnot, with overhead storage. These are, I still haven't figured out how I'm going to mount these somewhere here in the walls or something like that, but all the old computers when we used to buy them, or CDs and DVDs we used to buy them and whatnot, going across the wall here, just some more signs and whatnot from various things that I've gotten over the years. This is where I keep the folders for the manuals for the different planes that I fly. So when I go to change planes, I'll grab this and put it in the plane, or in the sim, so I'm not keeping it in there all the time. It keeps it kind of tidy in there, and that kind of fits in the whole airworthiness or the aero aspect with the operating manual. The light boards for the two areas I fly most. So we got the New York sectional and 1/3 of the country. Since I fly a lot of Pilot Edge, it's over there. Solar charger, Starlink router, 700 watt inverter, battery charger. Batteries are in here. You got Alexa and then some other power outlets in case you need power outlets and whatnot. I will be redoing everything. I'll be doing the walls and the floor. It'll be white with the gloss gray floor. Try to do that this spring, take everything out and paint everything, as well as the ceiling and whatnot. In the ceiling aspect, we have the two fans here and in the back. I've got them set to come on automatically at certain temperatures. One pulls air in, one pulls air out, so it circulates air. We also have a air conditioning unit in here, and I use that. I'll show you in just a second there. Going down, this is the actual sim. Like I said, it's on a 4x8, it's on wheels, so it can roll around. And this right here I keep off, but if I wanted to move it, what I do is I can sit there and just grab the screw gun and sit there and raise and lower, whatever, like that, you know. And so raise and lower it, lift it up to get the blocks off from underneath, so that it's not sitting constantly on the wheels and creating flat spots. So lift it up, take the blocks off, lower back down, and then these just come right off. I've got one on the front and one on the back, so that's how that works there. Then as far as the air conditioning, this is a fan that's in here that sucks air into the sim. So what I can do is I just roll this right over here, and what that's doing is blowing air into the computer as well as into the sim, and I can obviously raise this door up higher, let more air in as well. Close it during this winter to recirculate heat. Have a heater inside the sim using a bed jet and whatnot. Going down the wall, started with my drone license, and then just a caricature thing that I had done. This is my first solo, the pattern for my first solo, and getting the shirt tail cut off with the actual shirt tail, and the airport instructor and the flight school instructor and owner, and that was my student license getting punctured. Leadville Airport, highest airport in North America. Flew that on the 182 on Tundras. They give you a certificate for that. This is when I got my seaplane rating in the de Havilland Beaver, so that's when they expired that and added on the seaplane rating, and then some various pictures that I just took in friends' planes and whatnot. So coming back to the sim, it looks really childish on the outside. It's just to hold everything, and it's not supposed to look like a plane on the outside, but I did give it a little bit of character with the plastic and the rivets by using upholstery tacks and whatnot to kind of give that. So the first thing we do is this is the avionics bay. So in the avionics bay here, we have everything all set up. On the back there is the USBs. I got 2 hubs from Real Sim Gear, and I have an actual third one. There's a lot of things plugged in on the USB, and the computer handles it really well, knock on wood. So 12 volt inverter right here, or 12 volt power supply for anything that's 12 volt. I got a few things. Butt kickers right here, power supply up here, battery backup right there, and then this is the bed jet. This is the plumbing right here. So the fan, there's actually a little bit of a space underneath here. The fan is underneath there, so it's blowing to the floor vents and then to these that go up to the panels. I got 2 eyeballs that are on the panel, and that's there. So if that door is closed, then the heat just comes in here and then fan and just recycles, because it sucks in on this side here and then goes through. This is a chart of everything that I've got plugged in and where, so the numbers all match up. The cords also have numbers on them as well, and then also on the back is the motherboard and what I've got plugged in on the motherboard. It really helps making when it comes to troubleshooting. One of the some other little things I did was I turned the butt kicker on and off. It is nice to know if it's on or off, but I like it mounted here, so I ran a fishing wire that covers up the red or green indicator for power, or the power indicator light, and that is showed on the panel, so I can sit there and see if it's red or green on the panel. I'll show you that when we're in the sim. So that's pretty much what I call the avionics bay. And as far as the engine room aspect, I do have a vent up here, and I have the 3 holes up there for the heat, but I just leave this whole panel off, and with the cold air being blown right in, it works out really good for the computer. I never really see it over 40 on the 40 Celsius on the temp, so it runs nice and cool. Coming back to the sim, so this is the quick look at the sim here, and we'll just start at the door and work our way over. We got our airworthiness and our registration form in here. The manual would ring in over there. Pocket right here, flashlight if you need a flashlight. Going on this side here, let me just hop in the seat here. So starting our way down here, tablet running Garmin Pilot, but I can also sit there and switch it to Navigraph. Both are hooked right to the sim right now, so you have your options on those right there. Going down, the headphones, Bose headphones, speaker, the dual mags. If you're flying a twin, that's where your mags are right there. This is the speed controller for the fan that for comfort in here, the climate. This is the thing to raise and lower the door here, so just raise and lower and locks in place right there. This is the solo for the headset, connects to the computer, as well as if I am running with someone that I have a seat I can put right here, they will be able to watch, or if they're flying and I'm watching, you can do a dual headset intercom. So this is an intercom system for dual headsets right there. Going across the panel, we got some real flight gear, or real sim gear, 750, G5s, 500 for the autopilot, desktop aviator. We got the fuel pump, primer, and carb heat. This is, I said the G5s, you got the yoke, the honeycomb. This is the little indicator light right there for power for the butt kicker. So all I have to do is just hold the remote down low, and then I can turn it to green or back to red. And that's how I can tell if it's on or off, is just by that little indicator right there. In addition, going across, we have the touchscreen support gauges. So Air Manager runs this, and that works really good for all support gauges. Then you have your avionics, your throttle prop mix. Over here is climate control for your air, for your vent, heat, and defrost. sliders right there. Going down, if you have a twin, I've got it set up right now just for the Piper. So you have your twin throttles right here, and you know the Bravo well. I have a real PA flap gauge right, or bar right here, flap lever. So I can sit there and do the flap lever that way right there. Throttle, or sorry, the volume for the sound, keyboard, and then the throttle quadrant down here. This is this light comes on motion automatic, and if I'm going to sit there and switch this out for different planes, since I fly the Duke, I use this for the Duke as well, and then I would just keep that in the folder of the plane there, and that way I know what these are. So like right now, this is the window. I think they're already open, so we can close them, and that's how that is, and the door latch. So I keep the speakers up to realistic volume, and overhead I have another speaker. So I have the overhead speaker, and that's the actual computer speaker. So when I turn on the 750 and it makes that you know, that it's been updated, that works out really well because it's very quiet compared to the big speakers. Then the overhead lighting is just right here with the little switch here. They have a map light for right there, that's red. The foam right here that I use is just basically to keep the glare off of the screen. So I don't have that. And then the overhead trim wheel for that right there. You can see that working nicely in the sim as well. So this is the Piper Cub. This is the tablet, obviously touchscreen and whatnot, you know, so you can sit there and go through your touchscreen aspects there. Power it on, and you'll hear that the sound when this comes on. That comes over from the overhead speaker. So that makes that nice when she's about to say her little, you know, thing. One other
system test, okay.
So that used to be really loud on these speakers, because I've got this set up to like so that the engine sounds like it's about 78 decibels. I got a decibel gauge down there. Let's say I'm flying at nighttime and I want a night aspect. Obviously, I'm going to turn the overhead light off. Let me close this door so I'm not getting outside light. But one of the other things that I do is I've got this red filter. So when I turn the panel lights to red here, you can see that still kind of spoils stuff. These would be naturally like that because those are actual screens that pop out, but these would be more gauges and stuff. So this right here, I just wedge it in right underneath here, and I might be able to do it with one hand. Yeah. So now that blends that, and move it over there. That blends that in so that everything is nice and red at night. And then I also have a green one for the green light, which does the same thing. If you want to do a green night light instead of a red one, a little bit more pale, it just puts a green tint on that as well, and that just gets wedged in there as well. So those were some of the little things, as well as an overall look at the overall sim. One other aspect, oh yeah, sorry, is the butt kicker. So I got the butt kicker mounted underneath the seat here, and so that's where that's mounted. And one thing that's I mean, it's really good. What I end up usually having to do is the vibration is so good as far as like the way that it vibrates and stuff, that I usually have to turn the mouse over. Otherwise, I'll just see it slowly creeping up until it highlights, you know, one of these visors or whatever. So I turn that because the vibration just even though this is on its own little table and everything, it's got that subtle vibration. Another aspect that's kind of nice is with the wind, if it's really windy out, it's going to move the van, and then the sim itself is on wheels. I mean, I can rock it around and everything. So all that, every once in a while you get some extra little motion in the sim.